All right. Well, if people that aren't here can always catch the recording. But so we've been working on a new client portal to kind of condense where you can access all things PCG. We've been working on it for about the last 6 months or so, trying to tie everything together. And this first phase is really designed to help our points of contact at our clients manage their licenses, their agreements, their invoices, their endpoints, as well as provide a little bit more transparency into what PCG is doing, what we're managing, and everything that's going on in the background for you. Um, so, with that said, um, what is it? It's the it's our new portal for clients. The web address, and I'll send this in the chat to everybody. But the address is clients.pcgit.com. If you have not gone there yet, it likely is enabled for you already. Though if you think you're missing anything through the demo today, we can always enable that after the fact for you. But it integrates with our internal systems. That's ConnectWise is what we use for ticketing. Um, our endpoint devices management platform, Datto, which I'm sure you've seen Datto installed on your PC. That's how we push out patches. That's how we remote in to provide support, and that's how we monitor certain policies. Make sure you've got the latest in our antivirus solutions and things like that. But today, mostly optimized for the needs of the point of contact, though there are some things we put in there for end users as well. And we'll go through each of these things that we've added and look for future updates to come. Um, so like I said, it's really to show what we're doing for you, if we're dropping the ball or if we're waiting on you for anything. So you'll be able to both see, if you're the point of contact, chances are you're going to be able to see all of the tickets for your whole company, while your users will only be able to see the tickets that they've put in. And so you can see, oh, I thought PCG was working on this. And if you go and see, oh, this user has a ticket, but it's in waiting on client status, that means that we are waiting for the user to call us back. We've tried to reach them either via email or phone call. So hopefully can help provide better service for everybody. Obviously, there's things that, there are times where something gets missed from PCG's side, but we want to make sure that you're able to see that and that we're able to see it and make it a little bit more better experience for everybody. So like I said, it's one platform to hopefully manage all of your PCG info, but also gives you abilities that you haven't had in the past, including drilling down on users, 365 licenses, workstations, servers, and also help us prepare for your technology future through um, compliance reporting and our quarterly planner. And then lastly, we'll touch briefly on our knowledge base and training in here as well. Um, so how do you enroll? Chances are you've already enrolled. We've got it set up for, I believe, for all of our premium and co-managed clients. So like I said, I've put in the chat, the address is clients.pcgit.com. We've set it up so you can use single sign-on and just select the sign in with Microsoft option there. So it'll use your 365 account to sign in. And that's also how we manage all of your users. So any user with a license assigned in 365 has user access to it, not admin access like you should have. Um, and then, yeah, so the user version, by default, only tickets, knowledge base, and very other light features available for them. But for now, we will jump right into the demo. Trying to keep this short on everybody, let everybody get to their weekend a little quicker. But as you can see, I am already logged into the XYZ test company, where this is the support homepage that you land on when you sign in. And right off the bat, you've got options for reporting a problem, requesting service, and ticket updates. If any of the tickets were in a waiting status, we would also have an alert here on the right side, letting us know that, hey, we've got a ticket that's waiting on you. And then below here, we'll touch on this a little bit more later, but we've got some knowledge base articles for common questions we have and things that might help a user, if they're trying to do something on their computer at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and PCG is unavailable to help at that time. So if I jump into ticket updates first, because I think this is honestly the most important one, we can see that we've got a whole bunch of tickets opened under the XYZ test company. Some of those are in pre-process stage. That means that they have not been assigned out to a technician yet. We've got one in a scheduling required stage, meaning that we do need to schedule it, or we also have these ones in reopened stages or already scheduled on a technician or engineer to follow up with. And you can see the priority we've given it, the category of ticket it is, and the dates of when it was created and who it was created by. So in this case, it looks like Jason's opened these tickets. So jumping back to the support home, two things that you'll probably use this for the most is reporting problems or requesting service. You might be asking what the difference between those two are. Reporting problem is generally it's this thing was working and now it's not, whereas requesting services, hey, I've got a new user, I need to terminate a user, or I need to order a new PC, or maybe it's something like, I think we need some Teams training, or maybe we need some security training, or I have another technology request that doesn't really fit into any of those options. So we'll jump into the report a problem first. And I do want to let everybody know that if you have any questions about this at all while I'm presenting, feel free to throw them in the Q&A or the chat section here, and I can certainly address those as they come up. So here's a whole bunch of common categories for tickets. So if I look at sign-in issues and I want to put in a ticket because Jason is having sign-in issues, I'm the point of contact, and I just want PCG to check in with him, I might say, so we have some options here that help us better assign the tickets to the appropriate resource, but also make sure that we're contacting the correct person for the ticket. So if I want to, I'm having trouble logging into the VPN, the best contact number to reach somebody, that the user that's having the issue. So let's say 555-673-774. And then if I want to select who's having the issue, I can take a look in my user list here, and I've got Han Solo here. Han's having the issue. I'm going to go ahead and submit the ticket, and there it is. We've got a ticket number. You should the user that has the ticket assigned to them, if they've got access to their email, will get a email with the ticket number saying this ticket's been created, and then not long after that, they should get a call from one of our technicians on the help desk to follow up on that issue. But similarly, we've got other categories for if there's an application they're having problems with, or maybe it's a file access or restore request. Maybe someone deleted a file off the shared drive and you want that resolved quickly and accurately. Using these forms can help have that done smoothly and as quickly as possible. We do take file restore requests, sign-in issues as higher priority tickets than, say, the mic on my webcam isn't working, and I noticed it yesterday, but I haven't had it for, it hasn't been working for 6 months. We're going to get to that one, but we're going to take these ones that have a higher priority, move them to the front of the queue, and make sure that we take care of those as quickly as possible. On the request to service side, so these ones in blue here are options that only the point of contact or the company admins will have access to, and that's for some fairly obvious reasons, but I do want to touch on it. One of it's making sure we have an audit trail of, hey, they told us to terminate the Chewbacca user for XYZ test company. Who put in that ticket? Did they have the appropriate permission to put in that ticket? And what did they have? Where the emails being forwarded to, and the likes like that. Or if ordering a new PC, obviously, if you put in an order for a new PC here, we're going to send you back with a quote. We're not just going to order the PC for you and say, here's your bill. But do have some updates on that at the end of our webinar here. But new user requests, these ones in yellow, those are the ones that your users would have the ability to submit tickets info for as well. The difference here is that if it looks like this, say if they're looking for some training, anybody can request that. If it comes back as something that we think is billable and we would end up invoicing you for, obviously we're going to put that out first before we just schedule that and charge you for it. But yeah, that's our support home in a nutshell. Like I said, the big thing is this support tickets, being able to view and see all the tickets that your company has open with us, and see if any of those need updating from either from PCG. So if I go into one of these tickets and I say update and play information, I say, was this done yet? And I hit send. That's going to go ahead and send a message to my dispatch team, and they're going to say, they're going to see what's holding it up, if it's a problem on our end, if it's a problem on your end, and they'll be able to update that ticket and push it along further if for whatever reason it does get stalled out. Coming down to the account section next is where some more things that would interest points of contact a little bit more. You can see and view your open invoices, and if you click into any of these, you can see kind of what it's for, and try to match that up. If you click on the open payment portal here in the top right, you will be able to be taken to our payment system. If you are the person that's set up to pay bills for PCG, then that should auto log you in and take you to the familiar place. But now you don't have to have a second bookmark just for that. You can come right through here and pay these invoices when they come due. Coming down to the bottom, you can see any open quotes. So, you know, I'm the point of contact for XYZ Test Company, and I've been talking with Roger about getting a new firewall here, and I see that he put this quote together for me on 7/14 of 2023, and so, well, that might not be relevant to getting one replaced in October of 2024, but I do want to see what was on the quote. I get a basic rundown of it here, but I could also go ahead and look at the PDF of that quote and see what was included in it, what was not included in it, how that might compare to a quote that he gives me today. Coming back up, there's not a ton of information in projects, but it will show you the projects that you have open, as well as what we think of as the completion percentage of them. We generally keep track of the completion percentage for larger projects that require progressive billing. So you might see, oh, you're only 50% through this project. I should probably expect to see a bill for maybe half of the project if it's not something that's paid up front or something like that. But that would be something agreed upon ahead of time. But lastly, I do want to touch on the planner. So some of you may have been involved with our VCIO process before, as well as our NetAdmin process, where a few times a year your lead technician or engineer does a basic assessment of this is the state of your technology, your security, where we think you should be at, what we think fits in your tech future. So we're looking towards 2025 because yes, in 12 months from now, Windows 10 will go out of support. As far as security updates are concerned. So we do need to look at moving devices to Windows 11. So I've gone ahead and put Windows 11 upgrades on the planner for Q2 of 2025. And that way, if when we come back to the planner 6 months from now, we can say, hey, did we do that? Did we get that done? Are we all set and ready for Windows 10 to be kind of sunsetted and get it out of our network entirely? So that's something that you'd be able to plan with us and view kind of our plans for you here. This we'll have probably a whole bunch of things in the recommended column for you the first time you log in, but it's really an activity we like to do with you during the VCIO process. So look for that the next time we have one of those meetings. Moving up from there, I'm going to start at licenses because it's really important to make sure that we're not using license or billing you for licenses that aren't being used. Here we can see all of my 365 licenses that are attached to my domain. I can see I've got a whole bunch of different ones here in our sandbox tenant here. But I can drill into each one of these. So I've got a 365 E3 license. I can see that it's assigned to test user here. But if, say, one of these licenses said, like this rights management service, if this was a paid license, I see that it's not allocated to anybody. I could go ahead and say, hey, PCG, can you go ahead and remove that one license for me? Or maybe it's a one that you've committed to on an annual term. And we say, okay, when that annual term comes up, we'll reduce that license by 1 or 2 for you to make sure you're not overpaying. So if I look at these and I see that, sorry, not that one. So if I look at this one here and I see that it's associated with test user will actually bring me over to our users section. And I can see that this is the test user. They've got alternate emails. They've got an alias of QuickBooks at PCGSAS done on Microsoft.com. That's not a monitored inbox, so if you send something there, nothing's going to happen. But if I go into, say, look at Han, and I want to see, oh, I've got Han here. He's got a license for 365 Business Standard, as well as a Teams phone with a calling plan. Oh, and then beyond that, I also see I've got an endpoint here that I see him registered for, or he's signed into. So I've got this endpoint here, which will actually bring us over to this infrastructure page, where we can look at both endpoints and servers. So we'll start in endpoints. What we consider an endpoint is any Windows PC that's got our PCG agent on it. So if we don't quite have the Macs in here yet, it is something we're working on in the future, but there are only a handful of those right now anyways. So, but looking in here, I can see that this is a device running Windows 10 Pro. I've got the update release that it's on. I can see that it's running Windows Defender for its antivirus. And I can also see that it says it's not ready for Windows 11. This is something we can check on an individual endpoint basis and something you can check in your portals. But if I look in here, I can see that, oh, the CPU isn't new enough to go to Windows 11. So this computer is never going to go to Windows 11. So it's sometime in the next 12 months, I need to replace it or just retire it. But I know that it's not going to be capable. But moving further down, I can see, oh, look at the C drive is not encrypted. So it also doesn't have BitLocker on it, which is something that, it might be in your security policy saying, yeah, I want all my computers to have BitLocker enabled. And then I can see that, yep, Hans got his email set up here. He does not have his OneDrive set up. Oh, yes, he does. He does have OneDrive set up there. But there are no other cloud storage applications. So he's not using Dropbox or Box.com or any third-party things to maybe do his work if this is a company-owned device. So that's a basic thing around endpoints. You also get some other tabs here for security or software, other users on the PC, or some things under configuration. But the basic stuff is right here on the overview page. If I move over to servers, I see that there's a server with the agent on it as well. And I can see that, again, we get some information about the operating system updates and the C drive and the E drive, neither of which are encrypted. I can see that we're at 70% and 92% full of each of those. 70% free and 92% free of each of those drives. But this is The server side is stuff that we monitor more closely. Obviously, you pay for our network operations center to monitor your servers 24/7, but it is something to keep in mind and look at. Does anybody have any questions so far regarding either the support, the account, or the infrastructure or usage sections? All right, I'll take that as a good sign. I know I'm going through here quickly, but we do only have 9 minutes left, and I do want to just touch base on the university section as well as the knowledge base section. So under university, we've got both quick starts, which there's some basic documents for here for getting started with any of these applications, but we also have courses in here. And these courses are categorized. So if you've got a user that maybe is having some trouble learning how to use Microsoft Project, we can go ahead and look and see we've got 2 courses in here on using Microsoft Project. But going back to all of them, if you've done our security awareness training, usually about a 1-hour session with all of your users, if you've done one of those, we should be able to add this security course in here, which is our goal is to help your new users, like the ones you hire in between doing security trainings with us. If you want them to say, hey, in your first week, we'd really like you to do this, so you can get an idea for what we want to look out for cybersecurity wise, especially surrounding email protection. After that, under company, we can also go to the knowledge base. And this should be populated with things that are relevant to your company. We do categorize them. So if you use our password manager keeper, or if you do Windows MFA for the desktop using Duo, those should be showing up for you here. And if you say you use the Cisco AnyConnect VPN client, you would have the knowledge base articles for that as well, and things like Proofpoint there too. So you also have applications here if you want quick links, but those are some things that can be helpful for both you and your users. Like I said, everybody can sign in using their 365 account to sign in. And if I talk too fast, this recording will be sent out to you all. And if you think you have anything missing, certainly reach out to myself or Amy if you've ever worked with her, or your lead technician. And worst case, just give us a call at our main number, and we can make sure that your lead engineer takes a look at this with you. But I'm going to switch the screen that I'm sharing here real quick. And go back to behavior. The thing you've probably all been wondering about while you've listened to me ramble on is, let's see. Here we go. Why are we doing this is primarily to give you better access to what we're doing and improving PCG's service quality. Hopefully future releases allow you to do even more in here and show you more of what we're doing. And while all the existing methods for submitting tickets remain, we'll be encouraging using this for removal of users or new users, primarily for the audit trail and authentication, because anybody can call us up and say, I'm Han Solo, I need to add a new user, or send us an email pretending to be somebody else saying, hey, I need you to terminate this user, and forward all their emails to me. We do a pretty good job of authenticating those requests as it is right now, but this would really provide us with the audit trail for it as well. So if you are with us in the Teams chat, feel free to reach out if you need the link, or if you'd like somebody to follow up with you about any of this. But as part of being here today, you're automatically going to be entered into an Amazon gift card drawing. And I believe, I'm sure Chadsey can probably pipe in here with if I'm correct on this or not, but I believe there's going to be a discount on any PC ordered through the portal.
Yes.
Is that through the end of October, Chadsey?
I'm actually unsure about the the time frame. I'm not sure if it goes till October, but I can definitely reach out to Amy.
All right. I believe it's $100 off each PC ordered through the portal through the end of October for up to 5 machines. And I'm sure Amy will let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I believe that's what her and Roger mentioned yesterday. So um, that is everything I've got here for today. I encourage you all to go to the web address again, clients.pcgit.com. Try signing in with your 365 account. If you see the options for account and infrastructure and usage, that means that you do have the company admin privileges in there. If you do not see those, certainly reach out to me and I can rectify that for you. But that's everything I've got for today. All right. I think everybody wants to get to the weekend then. Um, Thank you all for coming. If you have any issues with it, feel free to shoot me an email. My email is patrick@pcgit.com. Or shoot Amy an email or send in a ticket. Or if you just want to order a PC, go ahead and throw that uh, PC request in through the portal, and we'll make sure that Amy gets puts that discount on your quote. So enjoy your Friday, everybody, and enjoy the weekend.